Hello, lovers. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Welcome. I am Angie from Learn Love Tarot. And if you are new here, please know that you have found a safe and comfortable place. My collective is amazing. They will welcome you and make sure that you feel comfortable. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with pulling our oracle cards for today. I'll line those up and then we'll go through and get the reading out. So if you have never been here before, or you may have heard me say already, I dig deep. I look at energy and layers, and hopefully use a bit of storytelling to help bring these messages of the best and highest good in for us. And I do use the energies of the daily moon cycle and also of the planetary aspects surrounding us. So the planetary aspects we're going to be looking at first, we did have the moon enter Cancer first thing this morning. We also at 1:48 a.m. had Mercury station retrograde. So that planet has been slowing down, and now it's going to start appearing as if heading backwards. So we are going to be rewinding all of the lessons that we have learned in Pisces through Mercury's energy. And you can literally go back on my notes that will be in the description box after the live tonight and relook at every single lesson we've been through with Mercury and Pisces. And we're going to be going backwards through those. And then we will go through a third time after we shift out of reverse and into first gear. We'll be going through those same lessons a third time. So our sun energy today, we are already lined up with the North Node of Destiny, and that's going to be opposing or opposite of the South Node of Karma. And today we do have an 11 energy that's totaled by the number 38 because of today's date added together. And so 38 years ago was 1988. Let me know what was happening for you in 1988. So 8 seems to be a theme today, lots of 11s. As well. With that 26 of today's date, we have our 8. There's another 26 or an 8 in the year. And then our 1988 added up is a 26, today's date, which then brings us into an 8 path energy of vulnerability. It's the lemnis gate. It is the infinity loop of input, output. What we put in, we get back. The microcosm of our own bodies is what attracts the macrocosm coming toward us. So justice energy is all about karmic balances and getting our just desserts, whatever that may be. It depends on our own personal input. Okay. And with the North Node of Destiny lining up, that's a big deal. Our sun is about pulling out all the stops. The symbol is a jockey, pulling out all the stops to distance ourselves from any rivals or competition, and then putting in extra bit of effort to achieve our goals. Now, something interesting with Mercury, the Mercury energy I talked about on the last reading, is the spiritist phenomena. And what that is we are substantiating what we feel or think to be true, and not just having blind faith to think it or feel it, but substantiating it. That's where Mercury retrograde, we're going to go internal and really examine what we think, how we feel, why we feel those feelings. And what I thought was really interesting is that last night when I did that reading, Mercury was at 22 degrees, 33 minutes, which is 2 master numbers. So the 22 of the master builder and then the 33 of the master teacher. Your birth date may add up to one of those numbers. And if it does, it's a big deal. It's a master number that would then further reduce. The why I'm saying that is super interesting today is because after a whole 24 hours, Mercury usually moves pretty quick, but only when it's moving forward. We are at 22 degrees, 32 minutes. So we've only moved 1 minute in 24 hours, which is very, very slow. And what I wrote was it's like hovering. So Spirit, the universe is wanting us to hover at this lesson of really substantiating our feelings and our thoughts. Okay. So, but what I saw it as, especially because this is the third deacon of the 10 of Cups, right? That happy go lucky card, that is, we are loved and we love. That's all the people in our life that we care for and that care for us. So, in the reading last night, without giving everything away, I used a separate, no, I asked about the block position because it was kind of an unusual block. I clarified it and I got the 10 of Cups. So, that being the clarifier on top of why is the universe hovering these planets or making it just slow down for us to really be like, okay, we really want them to get this. It is like hiding in the 10 of Cups, right? Languishing. And I also wrote stalling for time. And as you guys know, or may not, if you're new here, all day long, this damn song, I can't figure out why it keeps on coming in, but in particular, the lyric of I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Okay, so that's the Silver Stream song that's come in before a couple weeks ago. And then it's back today, but just that particular line, which I think is like the opposite of the path of knowledge. We're saying, but I don't want to know. What is it that we don't want to know? So, with Mercury hovering there at that particular lesson, um, we want to substantiate like the things that you don't want to know. We want to figure out why we don't want to know them. Okay. So I feel like that may come out in the cards today. And then we are back. The only thing that's major personal planets, everything else is in Pisces with that stellium. And then we have Mars at 27 degrees exact. And that should be familiar because we went through the stellium of Aquarius. So we all felt that dump of air energy affecting our charts. And that's a tree felled and sawed. And that is about doing what's necessary, even if it doesn't feel urgent at the time. So it's kind of like, even though it's summertime, I'm chopping wood now so that I can foresee in the winter when I'm going to be needing it. Okay, so also interesting that I made that connection to last night's reading, which would have been the red thumbnail because it was a red day. Today is an orange day, second chakra, sacral chakra. We have the road less traveled. I didn't even read it. This card has not come out yet. What I was focusing on is this came out in the advice. It was the bottom of the deck. Am I blue? Are we substantiating those feelings, right? Am I? You're asking yourself that question. Or is it just something that may be a hidden fear of traveling the path less traveled? Okay. If we've always done the path the same way, this is the universe saying, but what about option two? What about option two? Where are you with this crossroads that it seems to keep coming up over and over again in the cards and in the readings, no matter what deck we use? That's how you know tarot is a wonderful medium for reading energy. It doesn't, this message kind of continues to track, and doesn't matter what deck I use. It's still that message that's tracking. So I don't want to know. I don't want to know what this path less traveled may lead to. And I like the path, even if it's terrible. I like the path I'm on because then I know what I'm getting, is what I've been seeing in the energy, which I feel is a little bit of a step back because I was seeing the collective energy start to really pick up some pace and really pick up some forward movement. And now we're slowing down here a little bit. It's kind of like the universe has given us a chance to do a retest. Do you remember that in school? So if anybody got under a 75%, you get a chance at a redo. It'll be different questions on the same content, but you get a redo here of some sorts. It feels like the universe is going, are you really sure you don't want to check out that path less traveled? All right, let's see where we go. We do have the moon, as I said, in Cancer. That started this morning. So I'm seeing those water energies here in the environmental energy. We have Siren's Song, which is a 21, the world energy. And for the month of February, we have the month of the High Priestess here. So that's certainly that third eye energy, using our intuition to follow our own heart song. Let the heart song lead you down this less traveled path. All right. So with the bottom of the deck before I cut, the Page of Wands right there at the bottom. Um, it's all the fire signs, but it always reminds me of Aries energy just because it's the baby of the zodiac and it is a page energy. We do have Saturn and Neptune newly in Aries. So that's been causing quite a stir and a shakeup in the energy, I've got to tell you. So, what is this? People are maybe more willing to look at this second path, even if they've been shit scared up to this point to do it. We may be doing it here because, and look how she is moving from a youth, okay, into adulthood here. Queen of Pentacles is the most experienced of all four queens. And what started as a creative thought or just I wonder what's down this road instead, ends up being a big time moneymaker. It ends up being a way that you can support not only yourself, but those you love and care about, being this nurturer and provider. Okay. And then underneath that, we had that show up in the past last night, this Seven of Cups, which is an emotional fragmentation. I don't know which road to choose, but really, we've had this feeling for a very long time. Okay. I don't know which cup to pick because I'm scared I'm not going to get the good stuff in the good cup. Well, that's that we have to take that risk in order to find out. So I would like us to think of this as an exciting start, an exciting way to just discover. Pages are about discovery. And this is Mercury right there all day long. All the pages are Mercury energy. They're messengers. So I feel like this new start is a messenger for you that the road less traveled is indeed going to be very fruitful here. Okay. And maybe the reason there's some underlying sadness, it looks like, or we're just questioning, like, am I done healing? Am I still sad, or am I ready to move on to a new emotion here? I am seeing this full moon energy in the background, feels very like Piscean and Cancerian. This is about singing our own heart song. And as a matter of fact, that's where the south node of karma is right now. And that's all about boldly breaking new ground. And we do, like I just said, have the north node of destiny conjoining exact with the sun tomorrow morning, which means it's going to be opposing or counterbalancing that Virgo energy. So, and I'm seeing the grass on the path as well. And we also have this face the music energy of a 28, which is a 10 wheel of fortune. I'm still getting the energy of go ahead and roll the dice. If not now, when? Okay? Because with the eclipse season, that is really when stuff gets toe up from the flow up, and the carpet can be yanked from underneath us when we least expect it, if we are not moving in accordance to our soul's journey, what our soul had a goal of doing this lifetime. Now, this emotional fragmentation on the positive side, because it is attached to the star here in the pre-shuffle, we are getting all kinds of 17s last night as well. This, even if it's confusing, again, this is kind of like this transition. Even if we feel like a little kid again, like, oh, I don't know how to travel this new path, it's because it's new. And here, when it's attached to the star energy, this is another promise of, even if you're confused, you just have to trust that intuitive energy of, I know that the universe has my back. If I make this new choice because I'm feeling this pull, I'm feeling this draw, Doing the same road again would be fear-based, or it could be boredom. It could just be staying for the sense of security of the devil I know, as we saw in last night's reading. So this is like, even if you don't know, this is the big dream. This is the big dream attached. Okay. And then the Three of Cups, more Cancerian energy there, a reunion energy that is perhaps bringing in this wisdom, tempering wisdom into pain. That's alchemy. We have two themes of alchemy in two different signs right now, Aquarius. And then also, I believe it was last night, the alchemy had to do with, of course, the temperance energy. Okay. And that does mean, I saw this last night too, that something else established in that 10 of Cups, something that's already ding dong done. Okay. That we perhaps are continuing to try to resurrect, like the weekend at Bernie's, except it seems like holding up something, like propping up something that may be long gone. Just a quick hello to Miss Judy Jude. Hello, hello, Miss Ashley. Hey, Meredith. Thanks for being here. Moni is joining us. Thank you so much. And Miss Kath popped in first to say she's going to be here, but she's going to be a minute, and that's okay. I'm glad to have you guys whenever we can have you. So we're going to get our general reading out first, and then I'll be rolling dice to gift some readings to you all for supporting me. So let's see what's going on here tonight. Please and thank you, Spirit, having the faith and determination to achieve our goals. And it does feel like it's on this road that we haven't gone down before. Well, good thing we got a vehicle. Chariot energy. So you guys are coming in as chariot energy. What's cool about this card, and in case my StreamYard makes it, they cut me off sometime, or they cut the cards off, the energy here in this mermaid deck, there's two people, and that's the only major arcana chariot I have out of all my decks. I probably got 100 or so that have two energies here. So it's like the yin and the yang are teaming up, and we're getting ready to go on this road. You're telling me, okay, I'm not one of the confused ones, Ange. I'm ready to go on this road less traveled. Let's see where else we go here. Situation. Yeah. Okay. So our world energy, and I'm just looking at these color energies here, this beautiful, like cerulean blue right in the center there, pulling me up to that number 2 high priestess energy. So this situation is something that you intuitively know. Like I said, it's been propped up by Weekend at Bernie style. I know that's an old movie. So if you're unfamiliar, I think Ash, let me know if you've never seen that or heard of that movie. I'm doubting it. But basically, they take their friend along who is unalived. He's not alive anymore, and they prop him up and carry him everywhere they go. I can't remember the whole gist of the story, but that's the major part of the plot line. So this is going, I understand, Ange, this is a situation that has come to a successful completion. But guys, this is the most successful card in the entire deck. Okay. Um, I'm digging it already here now. And look at these matches, this aqua energy. So the Nine of Pentacles, this is the siren that we put our wishing pentacles, our words, our thoughts, our deeds. We put those pentacles out to the universe. And what I wrote there was input, output. The microcosm attracts the macrocosm, karmic balances. Whatever we've earned is a coming. So the opportunity here is for independence. This is also, I am responsible for this garden I've grown because I've done it. This is all me, my efforts. So you're telling me here how we started with that music energy and the Page of Wands, and another deck I'm thinking of, she's holding a record player. So that's what I'm seeing here. And then right after that, it's like, okay, here we go, taking a big breath, saying what we got to say. And the Wheel of Fate, 28 energy converts to 10, Wheel of Fortune. That means divine timing is here. So that's backing up my call on this Chariot energy of yin and yang imbalance. I'm ready to go. Yes, it's sad, or maybe it's really not, because it's a question mark here. Am I blue? It's always sad when we are finishing an old job we've been at for a long while, or whatever the situation is here for you. It's always hard to say goodbye to something old and to start in something new, to go on this road less travels. But I got to tell you, the energy feels very exciting. It doesn't feel scary. Bottom of the deck, to prop up these energies here. So we've got 7 of Cups. Even if I'm confused, even if I'm nervous that I'm gonna pull out a snake instead of the castle energy, for example, I'm going. The situation here that is coming to a successful completion is because you've shared your truth about something. This is the King of Swords energy. This is where Pluto, the planet of transformation, this is an Aquarian card. Um, the King of Swords understands his truth, and a lot of us do, but we continue to kind of go along to get along. This is telling me that part is not happening. And look at that blue. Now, in the opportunity, there is an opportunity here for something way more balanced. Okay. And by using your voice, singing your song, this is facing the music of whatever has completed this cycle here. Okay. Well, I am certainly glad to see that. 9 of Pentacles, you're going to, even if that independence doesn't sound fun, I know some people are afraid to be alone, or single again after, if it's been a certain time. But even so, this is telling me here that the energy is shifting. Even through the fear, we're looking at that other option that we haven't done before. Okay, let's look at the recent past. Yeah. So that doesn't surprise me here at all. So you'll know this reading is for you, 9 of Swords. If you are kind of in this nightmare energy, you've had some sleepless nights about this decision, and this is the nightmare siren trying to crawl up the rocks. And it's kind of, again, the universe's way of going, something's out of line. This isn't sitting right with you, honey. It's not right. So she needs to change camp here. She's researching and hasn't slept a wink. So that could be even just like a change of location here, because this is movement. The Chariot can be physically moving house and home. And here with that nightmare energy, this was not, like I said, not an easy decision. And even though it was maybe a bittersweet energy here, when you get out on your own, I think you're going to be singing a different tune. Or when you get this different job, or whatever the change is here. 3 of Pentacles at the heart of the reading. That is, for a 3 of Pentacles, would be a new collaboration. Okay, it's a springboard for the new. We jump off of that and into building up on a higher level on the Pentacles. Okay, so the opportunity that surrounds it is more balance. You springboard right from the 3 to the 6. You double your luck here. So you put in 3 Pentacles and boom, springboard opportunities for the 9. Somebody else is putting in their 3 times 3, 9. So 6 Pentacles here shared between you two. And here, this is one of the only decks that I have that depicts actually equality. Okay, because most of the time that 6 of Pentacles, it's a stage card, so you never know what it's going to depict until you can get the context of that energy here. And the context is, hell yeah, 9 of Pentacles. That is, I've achieved everything that I wanted to, and I've done it. It feels like a solo mission here, but in the near future, there's another choice here to be made. So it's like, okay, you get out, you get independent. Let's see what's driving these energies here. So in the recent past, this is an energy of waiting, Seven of Pentacles. So again, this is something that was already brewing. You be very familiar with whatever this situation is for you, that is not only successfully completing, but it was really, really hard to come to this decision. And it was just like kind of enduring the Nine of Swords here with this waiting energy. And that can be an evaluation because we move to the Ten of Wands. Is the juice worth the squeeze? And what you're telling me here is in the new start after this ending, I'm deciding that no, it was not. And it's a burden that it's well overdue time for me to set down. And not only that, to back that up, here is us walking away from a sleeping giant. We're letting this sleeping giant lie of whatever that nightmare was or whatever that was so stressful, letting the sleeping giant lie. Now, I'm mentioning that north and south node energy because in the near future, this is March 3rd. We've got that eclipse energy in Virgo, which is opposite of the sun. So we will see the full moon. Okay. And that's our Pisces card energy there. Sleeping giant, walking away from a sleeping giant, decision made. So we're no longer holding on and sitting around watching the smoking volcano, is what you're telling me here. I'm not just going to let it smoke because I know what smoking volcanoes most of the time end up doing. I mean, that's fair to say. Okay. I'm glad to see this. I am glad to see this energy. Okay. Let's get you scooched up here. So by collaboration here in the whole heart of the reading, you do have the springboard energy does require you to set this down, and you're telling me that you're doing that. Okay. And then in the near future is actually the physical act of walking and letting that sleeping giant lie. Because you dared to tell your truth. Good job, collective. All right, let's look at the block, what spirit wants us to know, and the outcome energy. All right, so the reason this is not as scary and such a nightmare anymore is because there's peace here with this parting of ways, Scorpio energy, Five of Cups. And this deck, they are saying their goodbyes. They've been childhood friends. They've been together their whole life. Okay, so I don't know if you're saying goodbye to a longtime partner or partnership of any kind. It can even be family, guys. We love more than just lovers. So this is anybody that we may have not wanted to deliver this decision to, whatever that is for you. But with the Five of Cups in this deck, it's not crying over regretting what was spilt. The time that they spent together was precious. In this deck, they are thanking each other. They are saying, you are so important. Sorry. You were so, so important in my journey. And this is the respect of now you must go your way and I must go mine, which is the countering song to Stevie Nicks' Silver Springs. The then boyfriend that she wrote that about, Lindsay, countered with his own song, which was You Can Go Your Own Way. So maybe that's why that song just won't shut up in my brain. There's like a peaceful resignation of, I get it. We're done. We're done with our lessons with each other. That doesn't mean it has to be World War VIII. You know, this is just simply having the forgiveness and having the love and understanding that it's just time. It's just time. Okay. Now, what Spirit wants you to know is King of Pentacles. Remember, we came in on the pre-shuffle with that Queen of Pentacles energy. So, and also King of Pentacles can denote partnership energy to me, husband energy. Um, doesn't have to be male or female. It's just a partner that is committed and mature. So, what could be coming to this successful completion here is indeed an important partnership. Okay. But if it helps you here, yes, it was confusing because I'm afraid for this new start. You're coming in going, I'm going down the road that I haven't traveled before, Ange. Okay. And yes, is it sad? Of course it is. Of course it's sad with that completion energy, but there's the utmost of respect of it's time. And you're both in agreement here. Okay. I hope that brings you some peace. The block position is what I wrote about the last night's block, stalling for time. Okay. We didn't want to see what was hidden underneath the iceberg, even though we knew it. We were willing here in the past to withstand the nightmare of it and be clearly all up in our head. And that is rumination to the point of like, and now I'm not sleeping about it because it was so bothersome. Guys, if this wasn't important, you wouldn't be in Nine of Swords about something you didn't care about. Okay. It also doesn't mean here, Page of Swords in reverse, we were kind of ignoring. Page of Swords is about observation. Again, it's a messenger. We were ignoring that sword of truth. And now what this is saying is the situation that is ending, it's because it already jumped up from a page in reverse all the way up to a king. This does feel like it was evenly yoked, just not perhaps a match. You were matched at one time as far as your contributing energies here. Um, maybe it just maybe it was a marriage of convenience or a relationship or a job of convenience. Yeah, there was the Three of Pentacles, but this is springboarding you to the next, to level up, the next level of your life. It's springboarding you into that path that we were too afraid to go down before. Okay. And I feel like this Five of Cups is really important here on that outcome energy. Let's see what's fueling. Wow. I can't count how many times this Judgment card, again, more Scorpio energy. I knew that was important. I can't count how many times this card has come out in the same exact spot, whether it's been the direct message from Spirit or the environmental energy of what Spirit wants us to know. This was inevitable. Okay. So these are soulmates and soul lessons that come up over and over again every lifetime until we learn them. We agree with that person, okay, to get to this certain point of growth. And then the next stage of growth is being able to say and understand and know without anger, it's time. The judgment call, it's time. And as soon as you can do this, okay, you're saying your goodbyes here to whatever the situation is that is ending, that we were so afraid to look at the truth of before, so we can walk towards those Two of Cups and the lighthouse here. And what's fueling that? More communication. So Mercury energy, but this is Sagittarius there with the Eight of Wands. She's got her eyes focused. She knows where she's going. So even more so, this is that road you're going. You're taking the road less traveled. You're boldly going where you haven't gone before here. And the block, the environmental energy, of this Page of Swords, the observation, what we didn't want to observe. It was like there's this passion brewing all around you. You can feel it. You can't put your finger on it. You just feel this new energy, new wants to come in. I've been down this path before. Why am I not wanting to see the truth? Ace of Wands is missing the opportunity for new. As I say, it's a match, not a Zippo. So maybe we feel like we've missed an opportunity in the past to act on a passion. Maybe it's simply the kids are grown and gone. I don't know if you're an empty nester here, especially with the King and Queen of Pentacles both showing up. But it's like I couldn't follow my passions before. You felt you couldn't for some reason. You felt like you had to ignore your own personal truth here. Okay. But again, the inevitability of this is set up by our soul. And if we continue to ignore that and go along to get along and not say this goodbye, the universe starts to get louder and louder. And remember, in the environmental energy, it's a little further out, but it's time to face the music here, which doesn't have to be a knockdown, drag out. He said, she said, she said, she said, he said, doesn't have to be that. This is very respectful. We've spent a lot of years and a lot of time with each other that does deserve respect, even if you don't love each other anymore, even if the passion has been snuffed out a long time coming. Okay. Wow, more messenger energy. And what we're saying goodbye to here in the outcome energy with respect and forgiveness is it's time. This is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This 9 of Wands of exhaustion, of repeating the same thing over, day in, day out, 24 hours. Those fires stay lit. Okay. So, book ending here, it's time. You both are deciding here, at least one of you is, but it feels like an agreement because of this particular 5 of Cups. They are both saying, I'm really gonna miss you. Even though it was hard. But in the middle of that, here's your pentacle, here's your rainbow. When you take this road less traveled, you say the hard things with love. Okay, the siren song is the eventful ending of that. But what you don't know yet here in this outcome is because you're stopping the pattern, this is the reward that you get. Your soul is going to be jumping with joy here that we're not having to do this. It's not meant for anyone to endure for very long. So the outcome energy, the whole plot of this story that starts with a goodbye and puts an end to this repetition of what we were ignoring. Here's further proof for you guys that it will yield these great results. So I don't want you to fear this here, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't feel fearful. It feels again inevitable, but there's a different vibe to it of acceptance and, like I said, forgiveness, but there's the genuine love. This is, just because people separate doesn't mean that you don't still love each other. Okay. Let's see what's driving those energies. Woo, this one's emotional, guys. Yeah. So, with that 5 of Cups being driven by the 4 of Swords, this energy is She has decided in this deck to put herself in the Four of Swords. This isn't the swords aiming at her throat chakra, her heart chakra, and her third eye chakra. This is her decision. And I'm saying her souls aren't her or him, they're just soul energy. This is the outcome energy because we do this in a way that is respectful to all the time spent here. This is a choice of healing. This is putting yourself on freeze for a hot minute just so you can process this new energy of where you're going. And the heart of the outcome energy fueling the Page of Pentacles is the Hierophant, the guru, the shaman, the guide. So this is what this is telling me here on the outcome is that just like a connection to last night, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So this is again surrounding this message, this delivery, this new start here. And also, what is ding dong done with that death card energy is the Nine of Wands. No more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, exhausting yourself because we're expending all our energy down that same well-trodden path. It's beautifully poetic. But I also want to hold here the respect and the space for you as well, because again, this was not easy. It is something that you both once loved, and it's just time. Let me know if that is resonating for you here. I really don't have, I feel like this was very straightforward. I don't know that we've had such a clear reading. I tend to see a lot of back and forth, a lot of hemming and hawing. And there is a new level of like, okay, I'm doing it. Even if I'm shit scared to say this truth, it's what's best for you both and what both of those two souls decided to help each other learn. Okay. Really is beautiful. Okay, let's get some advice for you here. I think I want something different. If you have any questions, you guys ask awesome questions. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Crystal. If you have any questions, hi, KWIK, quick 03W8. Hello, how are you? Thanks for being here. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so if you have any questions on these certain cards, like, hey, Ange, I want to know, more about whichever card, I am certainly happy to pull those here. I'm going to say, since we have all this music involved, let's get just a real quick run through of all signs, advice, or symbols you may see for confirmation for you that it's time, that this time has arrived. So with Pisces season, we'll start with Pisces energy. Gorgeous there, peace. Find inner peace in moments of stillness. So once we say this news, once we make this decision, again, it does feel like a joint decision, because we've decided to speak our truth and decided to say, hey, I'm not happy, you're not happy. We're not making any money in this endeavor. If it's something to do with a project close to your heart, there is confirmation there for you of as soon as it's a relief to both of you. Okay. Pisces energy there with that beautiful still water. Yeah. If this happens to be a, this is a deep soul tie, obviously here. especially with two people in the Chariot, and then there's two goodbyes here on the outer side. So the seal can be representative of a person, place, or thing. Insert your noun with whatever you're paying respects to here. But it's for your awakening. Your soul's decided to go through this together, knowing at some point there was going to be an ending. Okay. Awakening is the process of discovering your true self. You don't know what you don't know yet because you haven't been down that road of whoever this reading is for tonight. Wow, pretty beautiful. Okay, let's look at Aries. What is a sign for Aries once they face the music here? What cosmic energy is coming through for Aries? Safety. These are hot air balloons there in the background. Safety is the foundation of life. Cherish the calm moments. I love that. You definitely learned your lesson, and there's some calm energy there. All right, and this was the right decision for you, especially if you're saying goodbye to something that has been over, but we stayed out of safety for fear of the new. Okay. What about for Taurus? How will Taurus feel when they face this music once the cat's out of the bag, so to speak? Embrace change, Taurus. Embrace change and welcome new possibilities. Taurus energy is going to be opposing that Scorpio energy on the axis there. So I know Scorpio does eat change for breakfast, like I said last night, but Taurus can be on the opposite of that, can be unwilling to embrace change. They like things to stay the same there. Maybe that is the person involved of you're like, okay, they're not going to change. They're going to stay the same. And if I'm going to go try to be happy here, I've got to be the one that initiates it because it doesn't feel like this person would have otherwise. Okay. What about for Gemini? Once Gemini sings their song and faces this music, gonna feel free, Gemini. Freedom comes from inner liberation. That's beautiful. This looks like the Japanese paper lanterns, like that. What about for Cancer energy here, trining with peace? What about Cancer? How will Cancer feel once they speak their truth here and face the music? You're going to feel a lot lighter here, Cancer. Light dispels darkness. Keep that inner light shining, especially at the nighttime. Woe is me's here with that nightmare siren just being super relentless. Cancer also transformation is the soul's evolution. This change is so we can evolve. It feels scary because we haven't been down that road, but whoever this reading is for, you're already packing for this. You already know this. Okay. I'll leave the light one there since that was on the top. What about for Leo? How will Leo feel once they face the music and sing their siren's song here of this ending? Trusting your intuition, using that third eye, allowing the high priestess to substantiate substantiate what you've already felt and thought was true. Okay, universal wisdom, gorgeous here. All right, Leo. So the universe is full of wisdom. Seek its guidance. Today, my screensaver was what are these called? The Northern Lights. I don't know if that's a symbol for you, or maybe that'll be a sign you're seeing because I'm asking for sign symbols and how you'll feel here when we face this music. All right. What about for Virgo right away? Okay, Virgo, that Five of Cups card. If you're worried about losing them in your life, when you've been through some things with people and you are both agreeing you're having an adult conversation about it's time, right? That's with love. So Virgo, when you're doing this here with love, you're not going to lose this person as a friend. So maybe you just don't do well in business together. Maybe you're just not, they're not wifey or husbandy material, right? Or if it's actual friendship, a long time friendship that you're saying goodbye to, cherish the lessons that it brought you here. Okay, Virgo. It helped your soul grow at the end of the day. What about for Libra? How will Libra feel after facing the music and singing their siren song? No longer watching that volcano smoke. I'd rather you be the smoke show than watch a smoke show. All right, Libra, you're going to feel compassion for yourself here. Today is justice energy and high priestess energy. So I want to take that into consideration, that compassion is the warmth of the soul. Give it to yourself and others. Also coming in is this awareness here. And then there comes the abundance, the opportunity of the Nine of Pentacles. So I think you're going to feel so much better, Libra, here. I think maybe you were giving yourself a hard time. Libra energies, wherever that is in your chart, if that was where this decision lied for you. Maybe you weren't letting yourself off the hook here. Maybe there was a lot of self-blame and you were just not allowing compassion even for your own self because you felt you had to do something for some reason or the other. And then look at that, Libra energy all around balance. Okay. That's what this is all about. Karma, that south node, it will balance out and it will give us what we've deserved depending on input. And that output's a coming. All right. What about for Scorpio? Showed up here in the judgment energy and also with the Five of Cups as our outcome. Okay. Scorpio, how you're going to feel when you face this music is growth. Growth is a journey. Trust each step, the road less traveled. All right. And even though Scorpio eats change for breakfast, it doesn't mean they ain't scared. Okay. But this is an area you're going to soar here, Scorpio, because when we stop growing, we've got to face that music. And even if it's sad, even if we still love that person, care about that person, our own soul will continue to need to evolve and grow. Okay. Let's look at Sagittarius. How will Sagittarius feel here after facing the music here, getting into that opportunity of Nine of Pentacles? Sagittarius, there's a key there there's two hearts. I'm seeing one heart that key is not fitting in, and the second heart is where this key goes into. Understanding is the key to deep connections. Sagittarius energy, seeing if that came up anywhere else, that would have been 8, 9, and 10 of wands. So Sag, whatever key did not fit was the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week thing that was freaking exhausting. If you are fearful about taking this new road, I think you might be surprised. I don't know that they're going to fight you too hard on it. They might agree with you, and they might not agree with you, but fully understand your decision. Okay, Saggy? What about for Capricorn? Wow. Okay. How are you going to feel once you face the music and sing your siren's song here? Communication. Effective communication is the bridge to understanding and connection. So if you did not have effective communication and whatever this Nine of Swords was in the past, whatever situation is coming to a successful completion, That was so you could learn the importance of it. Okay, and this next pathway here is going to be a markedly improved communication. I'm seeing where the sun is rising, the sun's coming up in the horizon, and it's much more agreeable. This is bringing me to the heart of the reading there, Capricorn, with that Three of Pentacles. It might even be when you face the music, it might just be a shake your hand and it was great knowing you. You've been wonderful, and I wish you all the best luck on the new part of your journey. Again, there doesn't feel like there's anger here, guys, if that was what you were afraid of. Okay. I didn't even say Aquarius yet, but still on Capricorn, release past burdens and embrace new beginnings. Okay. What else flipped here? A blessings or a gift from the universe, receive and share them. And then cleansing, cleanse your mind and spirit, remove negative energy. I'm going to go ahead and get another one here for Aquarius in case that was a bridging energy between Capricorn and Aquarius. What about for Aquarius here when they face the music of this? Okay, my eyes went right to grace. Grace is the universe's blessing. Open your heart to receive it. Today's 26th day of strength. Your inner strength is boundless. So believe in your worth here going forward there, Aquarius. And I know Aquarians are so willing to nurture everybody else, right? Community energy. You got to also put some of that care and love back into your own self, okay? So that we're not pouring from an empty cup. Well, now, I think that was a gorgeous reading. I don't know what you guys think. I hope you saw the power in it that I do here, and it's pretty damn impressive. So let me see if you had any questions about any of the cards that were here tonight. Moni or anxiety, I've heard everybody. Yeah, 6:33, Judy. That is when something's happening at 3:33. Hang on. That's PC time. I think it's the Virgo eclipse. Hody do. Yeah. So 3:33 a.m. The threes was in last night's reading. The red thumbnail would be PC. That's PCT time, but Eastern time is 6:33 a.m. So and I have a note here to look back at the beginning of February because that's when I had all that mirror energy showing up and we had the double sixes. Remember those kept coming in? It was like 624. So they're the same but equal. And it looks like that's what we've got coming in here. So you might want to revisit some of those readings. At your new job. I love it. Your one card draw for today was the world. Wow. And another three. You're right. That was the situation today. That is so cool. Thank you, Moni, for saying it resonates with you. Hot Girl Vic, how are ya? Thank you for being here. Oh, you're so welcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll get cleaned up here. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice for the first free reading for you guys for your support here. So let me roll this dice. Go ahead and guess. We have 1 through 8. Okay, it's already there. It's already out. Go ahead and start typing your numbers in. Pick a number 1 through 8. And whoever gets the number that I just rolled is going to get the first free reading of the night. And of course, it is free for you. I would love if you could do me a solid and come back after the live onto the actual into the comments, and maybe if you want to timestamp the spot that you got your personal reading at, is a great way to leave a comment for yourself to kind of track, especially if you had a few. That way you can go back and save those readings. I don't know if you know how to do that, but you can. In your YouTube account, you can click on the little three dots and you can make playlists. So maybe you'll make an Angie playlist of Learn Love Tarot advice. That would be super cool. All right. So the number I rolled, funny enough, and that Judy said it too, it is a 3. So Brandy had 2, Kathy 6, Meredith 7, Quick, I'm going to call you Quickie or Quick K, had 4, Judy had 3. We're going to do it again, so don't worry. I am committing to another hour here with you all. So with that being said, Miss Judy Jude, the 3 energy would be that of the Empress. So I'm going to I'll pull out my air deck because that's Libra energy, also Taurus. You guys have to watch that reading from last night. That was crazy. So if you haven't yet, make sure to go back and leave me a comment if you thought it was crazy too. Judy, you're coming in here as the King of Cups. And this is saying you're holding on to your heart no matter kind of what's gone on around you, that the heart is the focus. This is an energy of diplomacy. It is a fair and kind leader. And maybe they don't always verbally express their love, but they are always coming from a fair place and doing whatever their actions are. Kings take action. Their actions are always from the heart. Okay, so let's see what else is up here. At a crossroads. That was from last night. There's a reason I'm saying for that reading last night. Okay. And then the opportunity here, like the heart of the reading tonight, is for calm waters in a new collaboration. Look for this energy. There's something I know you commented on the reading from last night, Judy, but maybe just as you're watching or rewatching, take some notes on just whatever few different phrases, because whatever this opportunity is here will be coming at the crescent waxing after the new moon. Okay, so after the new moon, all right. Messenger 2 of Cups here at the heart of the reading. Maybe this person helps you set down a past burden or setting down that Ten of Wands. 9 of Cups came out in this exact same position the last time I used this deck, which would have been on an air moon sign day. Spirit wants you to know confidence here is returning. This is my Stella Got Her Groove back card. Wow. Okay. By having that attitude of gratitude and still showing love, even amongst what seems to be tower energy around us, that can be Mars energy, holding on to this idea of 2 of Cups. I will reciprocate equally what is given to me, and I will give back what is given, and I will give without overgiving as long as the energy continues to be reciprocal. Then you're in. Okay, and then the outcome energy here, Judy, being a choice of what move to make next. So I don't know if this is a new partnership for you, but the block here is blocking your own happiness for somebody else. Okay, like out of like, I will, like a sacrifice kind of energy. Okay, so 9 of Cups in reverse can even be no longer expecting that outside happiness to come to you. You're getting here with that alchemy energy. Like I said in my notes today, input, output, microcosm brings in the macrocosm. pretty straightforward too. I don't know what it is here that you're getting ready to set down. Let me see if I can get anything else on that. What is, okay. This is something old, honey. I don't know what it is that you're finally letting go of, or seeing through a lens of love or forgiveness here. But the Four of Swords in this deck is someone who is healed, and she's taken her damn well time to lie in the loveliness of the calm waters. Look how there's calm water here, calm water here. Now, whatever this new collaboration, this new start, it's like seeing yourself in a different way. This person that's a collaborator with, or this third energy, really helps you see your own beauty. Okay. And the Four of Swords in this deck has the Lovers up in the sky. And what's interesting to me is this is when the moon is waning down to the new moon energy. And the opportunity is when it is the light is turning on the moon after this. Okay, so this is coming up. I would jot this down. This is when the moon, the light of the moon is turning down to the new moon. Okay, we'll have the new moon. And then as we start to see the moon crescenting in the sky again, this is when this opportunity is knocking. But this feels like something for a long time that we're going, okay, I can look in the mirror at this differently because I see now that this taught me something about myself, especially recent past with the Page of Pentacles here. This is the snake of lessons learned. I've shed that skin, and we got a third indication here of past life soulmate on top of that Lover's energy, the crane. Because the Egyptians used to bury their royalty, their hierarchy, with cranes to guide them in the next life. Okay. This is you reclaiming your power there. 44 energy with the Black Panther in the sky. And what Spirit wants you to know, this is already reclaiming your power. You get in your groove back here. I don't know why. It's whatever this crossroads is. It's the one that you haven't chosen before, because that's going to tie us back into our reading, and it's going to be the one that makes you feel the most alive. Queen of Wands is a master manifester, so she's good at it. You've been switching up, coming from a place of love. This can come in pretty quick here. It's not long before, I mean, that's a couple weeks time when we are crescent waning to the time that we're crescent waxing. All right, honey, I hope that helps you. Oh, I was going to get you guys some of little advice cards, or look for symbols to look for, Judy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll the die there so you guys have time to put in your, there we go. It is rolled. Judy, signs or symbols to look for, any additional messages about that choice. More Queen of Wands energy, maybe even a King of Wands. It says now. So strut your stuff. Okay, that's a third Stella getting her groove back energy. And I feel like I've gotten that before for you too. Belong. Whatever burden you're setting down, I think it's kind of like, I never didn't belong. Maybe that was just a thought. You've always belonged, honey. You always have. And maybe you're just seeing that differently now. You're seeing it for the soul lesson that it was. You're seeing the hardship for the beauty of the strength that it gave you. Okay, whatever that was for you. All right, next up. Oh, good. I'm glad that you're feeling that. That's amazing. So, so glad. All right. That's okay. I don't mind if you're in and out there, Crystal. That's what he said. Or she. Okay, let's see. We got a last one was after Judy's 3. So give me a second here to scroll back. Thank you for your patience. Okay, where'd Judy's go? Okay, Judy had the 3. You guys kept guessing. And then the next round of dice, I rolled a 4. So that looks like after there was crystals, there's Brandy at 707. So yeah, geez. And then Meredith was right there on your tail. So this might have something to do for both of you. 4s are Emperor energy, but for Brandy, what does Brandy need to know for her best and highest good here? Please and thank you, Spirit. And then because you were on the same timing there, Meredith, I'll grab you there real quick. Okay. Man, that's quite the change you can do. I love it. Okay, for Brandy here. 17 energy, may want to check out that reading from last night, especially because you chose a 4. That Emperor energy was like, wow. Okay, so you're coming in here as the star, attaching, this is Chiron, the healer here. It looks like you're stepping into a new vortex. Definitely already decided of, okay, I'm ready for new. Show me where the path is. Yep. Traveling again, 6 of Swords. That can be short distance travel, local travel. Okay, whatever kind of was hard to deal with there, the situation that we might have wanted to bury our head in the past that needed healing that you're healed from now. It took quite a while. It takes a long time for the 17, for that star card to appear in a reading. That is indicative of the tower already happening. And where Spirit leading you to calmer waters here. Really? The sun? Okay. The happiest card in the deck. That's all. No big deal. Oh, all right. Okay, recent past, 2 of Cups. Then we got the 2 of Pentacles there in the heart of the reading, going back and forth about, was this new person or was this recent person? It's kind of like, oh, I like what you like. Great. We both like these things. We both want to try out these things. And then the heart of the reading is kind of going back and forth that you haven't spoken up yet about near future. I mean, traveling again, new start again, very, very happy leap. So this Wheel of Fortune 10 energy here, the road less traveled, is definitely a good one for you. Now, the fun thing about this Fool energy in this deck is these are suitors of the past, and this might be the 2 of Cups one that could be considering right now, and then there's a new one in the future, and she's kind of like, I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna, kick all these in the past to the curb, whether I'm gonna kind of stick with this new thing that just started, or whether I'm gonna blow my dandelion wish and go totally new. I think you're open. You're just kind of like, here for it. Okay. In the block, so the 4 of Wands there, this past 2 of Cups may not have put in equal action or equal energy. It was out of balance in some way. See how she's kind of like walking all sideways there? Okay, and what Spirit wants you to know, strength. So the second you stop, there's that eclipse energy. The second we stop resisting, our own inner balance, okay, that snake of knowledge there, stop squeezing so tightly, feeling like it's forcing you to learn. It doesn't feel so. As soon as we like relax our body, that snake of knowledge starts to loosen up on its grip and not feel like such a, the hard lessons sometimes feel like it's punishing us, if you know what I mean. Like, why does it have to be so hard, kind of thing? But what Spirit wants you to know is that because you've gone with the flow here and you just allowed what to be is to be, and I'm going to let Spirit take me where I'm supposed to go next, you had faith and trust, then this is going to be lightening up. And here you're cracking open to start something new 3 times. outcome energy, replenishing a Knight of Cups. So that can either be replenishment of our own self, the parts in our own selves we thought had turned to stone, reawakening your heart. I love that there's yet another full moon here here in the near future, and it's in the outcome. So this new leap is going to be replenishing not only your own energy, it could be someone else's. The King of Cups can be an energy of I'd like to take you out. This is a person that can be in love with love. Maybe they're just a little more slow moving, which might be good. Okay. And because we have learned here that I'm not putting in with the twos, if I'm not getting back, then I that's where I stop, and I don't continue to give when it's not reciprocal. Okay, so the black here, the 1111 energy is still on the board. So that means that when we stop fighting against like the current and we just allow the current to kind of take us, let the chariot go where it needs to go, following your intuition, that is a replenishment for you. Yeah. On the bottom of the deck, what you're healing from is whatever desert you've walked away from and picked the last bone dry of, like given every single chance maybe for that Two of Cups energy, but they just didn't offer the same action. Okay. And it feels like the reason here that her head is buried, the weight of the world is on your shoulders about this. It felt very heavy. And then the opportunity here is what makes you very happy is you are being an expert here. She is very talented. She is creating a needlepoint. Her feet are a compass. So for this sun energy here, both Leo energies there, whatever this is, the sun of happiness and another 8. Wow. 88. Today's 38 years ago was 1988. We asked that in the beginning, which was a path of vulnerability, and because it was an 8-year. So I think, Brandy, that there's going to be a theme, something that maybe cycles back around this time around, the same kind of lesson from 1988, except in a healed energy, it's a different approach because now you're the expert at this. You've already been through that. And we move from a game of checkers and now we're playing chess. But I don't know that other people know that, or else they probably would have put more equal effort in, right? They might have put more equal action in. And just because they don't, it is not anything to do with us. It's the universe just going, they ain't ready for you yet. Okay. What is being replenished here in the outcome energy for Brandy? So what are you going back and forth on? Rather than step into this new portal, I mean, you're telling me you're not confused anymore because that's the fool taking the leap. Oh wow. Okay. So it be a person, because when we reject what is not our equivalent, the emperor and empress only see each other's equal. They only seek their equal, and they will not. Um, they they won't put up with any energy that's not giving equally. So this is a chance to write that 1111 energy because you're coming from a place of healing, and there is no, like, if it's not equal, if it's not somewhere I want to put myself, then I'm out of there. And kind of not, you know, not waiting around so long for someone else. This is like, I'm successful in my own right. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want. That's what I'm visioning. That's what I'm manifesting. And I'm just going to stop fighting against whatever tries to eclipse me and steal my joy or take my sun. you ain't doing that. You're going with the flow here. So symbols or advice for you. I'll go ahead and roll the dice and you guys can, actually, I'll still roll the dice, but I'm going to grab Meredith before that. So that way I know Moni had her daughter in 1988. I was a sophomore in 88. I'll roll the dice. I'm going to get Meredith here. And then this next roll will be for the new batch of numbers. Oh, look at that, Meredith. It was a 4 again. So it was meant to be. See? All right. Oh, I think you can see that. Sorry. I'll put it over there. Okay. Dice is rolled while I'm doing Meredith here next. And let me get Brandy her sign or symbol. Might just be a word of advice here about this outcome energy. This could be a resurrection of someone that because this Knight of Cups in this deck is ambiguous of, or is she pouring into her own self, the parts of herself that she thought turned to stone, or is this a resurrection of another energy? You have the choice. I feel like you're coming from a place of power this time, though. Okay, clarity. Yeah. You coming from a place of power much? You know what you want, and anything that eclipses your joy is a no-go. Okay, so we have this waning crescent moon, might even be to the balsamic stage, because with the star card of Chiron, the healer here, a balsamic moon is all about a time for healing. So that could be when you're ready to pour more energy into this based on evidence of that someone's meeting you halfway. I hope that helps you out. All right, Miss Brenda. I love that. That is so cool. Okay. Very, very cool. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I rolled. So Kathy has a 2, Moni has a 6, and Quickie has a 5. It's none of those numbers. Give me another guess while I'm cleaning up here. It is not a 2, 6, or a 5. Not a 2, 6, or a 5. If you remember the top card out, who you guys came in as, it'll give you a little clue there. Not a, I think we're getting all through the numbers now. It's not a 3 or a 1. Monique, it is indeed the 7 card. Yeah, that is the card of the Chariot. Okay, so let's see where we're going here. Chariot energy there, 7 for Monique. What does Monique need to know for her best and highest good? 1:22 on the timer. Does January 22nd have anything to do with anything? Okay, perhaps. And there's our 1. That could denote January, Magician energy, and this deck, it's called the Creatrix, which is all 4 aces of potential for this new start. I'll take note of these guys because I like to take from the top. I'm going to shuffle again for your situation. So at your crossroads, this is hearkening to the reading tonight as well, which means, guys, just because if I didn't pick you and I'm, for instance, reading for Monique right now, you all are here in this collective energy. You're welcome, Miss Brandy. So there's always something in other people's messages too for you. It could be just you're not on that timeline yet. It could be that you've already experienced that timeline. Okay. So this crossroads of where we put ourselves in a mental prison over about crawling out of an old way, an antiquated way of thinking, being, it's pentacles, time, money, energy, resources. We are now healing after having left that old way. 10 of Pentacles, the combination to reset to the Ace. Okay. And you did come in as the 1. There's the Justice energy that's of today on the bottom of the deck. So what I say, January, I forget what I said already, but January card. And today's energy is 112 with the Justice and the High Priestess. All right. Let's see. All right. What's this new start all about for Miss Moni here? Situation, please. Give me clarity on this situation, please, and thank you, Spirit. You just want to come out in chunky chunks, a one-to-one personal relationship of whatever label you put on it. Okay, and there's the confusion again, the 7 of Cups, emotional fragmentation. All right, yeah, because of the pain of the 3 of Swords. Boy, I just want to get the story all out here. That's in the past position. Okay, the heart of the reading is King of Cups. Near future, you are manifesting something new. Yeah, the block position here, the Lover's energy. So that means that was not of equal energy. Certainly, if that's a lot of pain there, broken heart. 3 of Swords. Now, the 3 of Swords can be fearing a broken heart. For example, if it's at the heart of the reading or in the near future, but this is in the past. So, especially with the Lovers as the block, this didn't feel so hot. And with the King of Cups, with devastation all around them, still being able to hold on to your heart despite the hardships is an amazing feat. Okay. And you're like, well, I'm manifesting something new now, and I can see that ship in the distance. But again, listen to that red root reading from last night, because the emotional fragmentation was a big part of it. We do not want to manifest from a place of pain or a place of, I don't know where I'm going next. It's about being very specific and being very intentional. So I feel like for this 7 of Cups energy to turn into being spoiled for choice here, there's a transformation of the butterfly to turn it into the being spoiled for choice. We have to be very intentional then of what we're actually looking for in a one-to-one committed partnership, whatever label you put on that, especially because you've been through some things here. All right. Yeah, you've been through some things here. So this is what Spirit wants you to know. In my position 8 and 9 of Wands is the repetitive pattern of exhaustion. It was what we saw that was needing to come to an end, and the outcome of the reading tonight can certainly continue to be. I mean, see how she's all kind of diced up here. She toe up from the flow up. So moving forward, so we're not getting our heart skewered here, we need to be very intentional. How is it that you want to feel in partnerships? We don't want to manifest a certain person, guys, because that not only slows down the universe and bringing it to us, but if it's not for the best and highest good for both of those partners, universe isn't going to do that. Right? You're just going to continue to be hurt by trying to pursue that. So, for example, I want to do another one because I spilled stuff on my old one, but it's the art spotlight of just dumping adjectives onto a page. And from my memory, I had like, what do I want to feel in a partnership? In my heart here, adventurousness. I want collaboration. I want balance, fairness, fun, right? I want passion balanced with groundedness and the 3D reality of things, right? You shouldn't have to be so exhausted all the time when it's fair and balanced. So this was either continuing, this lover was the block, this heartbreak. It was a choice to continue to kind of getting creamed over here repetitively. Okay. Outcome energy, turning that pain into wisdom. Boom. Temperance. Love it. So there is a partnership that's meant for you, especially bookending the lover's energy here, because temperance is it's Archangel Michael of the soulmate cycle. He wields the swords of truth. He's trying to show you, I'm trying to bring you the right heart. But in order to do that, we have to find this puzzle piece and make sure we are complete in and of ourselves, that we feel like we are the best lover we've ever had to ourselves. We fill our own heart's cup before we try to start putting together someone else who is not even where we are yet. You can't build into someone who hasn't built into themselves. You build into yourself. Okay. So bookending this block lover here, what spirit wants you to know, this never ending cycle of exhaustion, is because they're not evenly yoked. So whatever you've been choosing, that's been kind of this predictive energy, it's an amazing, you still have your heart intact here. But what spirit's trying to tell you, that is not the one. That's not what love is. What was the lesson of that? What was the attachment? Okay, that was not the one. The heart of this, 10 of Cups, it's still yet to be here. Okay, this is, you got to find a partner who is equally yoked, but you have to know what that is. You cannot come from a place of confusion, because we're just going to manifest that heartbreak all over again. And the 5 of Cups that came up in the reading tonight in the same outcome position, I like this. This is my second favorite 5 of Cups. That other one was my first, because she's focusing on filling her cup, what I just said. She's not even looking at the spilt milk, broken cups over here. She's still attached and holding on to the roots of what's hidden in her moon. That could also here, because those would be bookending with the 10 of Cups in the middle. It feels like it's kind of attached here, this red energy. We got to let those cups have been spilled. We don't need that broken heart energy again. This is repetitive cycles and one-to-one commitments, honey. That's what this situation is. And in order for temperance energy to come on, literally the focus has to be all on your very own cup of you, so that second one comes in, just like that 5 of Cups on the main reading, with forgiveness, with I understand what the lesson was. It's time to go. Maybe that's why that felt so emotional and sad to me on that main reading. The old one from the past, it's just not the one, honey. There is a 10th cup trying to come in. But as soon as you start focusing and zeroing in on what's been hiding in your moon, what's been the block here, that way Archangel Michael can come in and go, okay, I'll get with them to get their puzzle pieces together so they can be ready. Maybe see you next lifetime kind of energy. But we've been choosing what has not been equal, I hope that makes sense. Let me get here some advice for you. Yeah, decision right on the bottom there. Advice for Monique here. Again, remember the reading is road less traveled. In order for that Wheel of Fortune to spin in your favor, you got to grieve this old thing that just wouldn't come together. What was the pain of this that we have yet? The outcome energy is you are going to turn that into wisdom. Okay. And it's the wisdom of what is hiding in our subconscious. That's pattern. What's been hiding in there. Okay, that can be stuff like people pleasing. It can be accepting less than we're worth, but that's not that person. That accepting less than we're worth goes back a long way. That goes back to before 18 months of age. So it's a sticky wicket. That's why temperance takes so long to get to. Advice or signs from Monique. This is a whole new road, honey. That needs to be like priority one. Yeah. Pink rose, in particular pink. Healing. Okay. We need to heal what's ever hidden in there. That's the pain into wisdom. That brings the 10th cup. Someone that's in there on the rainbow with you. You're not doing it all by your fucking self. Pardon my French. Okay. I love you. All right, guys. Did we already get who was that Meredith? I went right to Monique and did her 7. I was like, wait a minute. I'm coming right back to you. I got to do the screen. Oh, blind Monique 7. It was the chariot. It was like, faster, me first. Just kidding. Miss Peg. Hey. All right. Okay, back through. Sorry, Meredith. You're probably like, what, the Mount St. Helens? Oh, I know you don't care, you guys. We're here for the couple hours regardless, but okay. Pink rose. Environmental energy. There's the sun. Okay. That joy is on this not traveled down path. Okay. Let's get Meredith's energy. Okay. 8 of Swords. I'll take note. What are we in a mental prison about here? Something old, very, very old. This is like a late 1700s dress, 18th century. Very, very old pain here. Could be familial. This could be like generational healing, even that you don't even know. Yeah, justice, karmic balance. That's literally, we have to think of karma, guys, as not a dirty word because it can be good, right? That means justice is coming for all of us. What we have put into the microcosm will come to us from the macrocosm. Input, output. And maybe that's a simple, doesn't feel simple, I know, but you can say the words about releasing. You might want to Google a meditation of how to release karmic ties or familial patterns that don't belong to you. They don't belong in your energy. All right, Meredith. Okay, 7 of Cups is making a popular appearance. Let's see what this emotional fragmentation is about. Yep, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. About what? What's the opportunity here? To use your voice because her head, her throat chakra is gone here. Her chin is like sitting clear down in her clavicle. What are you back and forth on, honey? This is that familial identity that I was saying with these roots, these deeply connected roots. And look, there's red in every card. Check that reading out last night if you didn't already. So this past energy is like weighing. The weight of the world here is from the past and on. Look at that. These are all masks of, I'm not sure where I'm going. I'm not sure what mask to put on for this transformation. And the new and old is what's feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And the new and old over here with the 2 of Pentacles. Back and forth energy. Okay. And not like not Aaliyah's back and forth, where that's a fun one. There's change positions is in that song, if that gives you any clue. This ain't no Aaliyah back and forth. Okay. So if the opportunity's there, I want to clarify that. But in the recent past, oy vey. Okay, you've been through the ringer. Again, exhaustion here. That is the emotional confusion or fragmentation is because there's some pattern on repeat here. The situation is very, very heavy. Heart of the reading. Okay, good. This is about what needs to successfully complete. And even though she isn't NUDE, I'll put that there and give her a little bikini anyway. What I find fascinating about this card in this deck is the yin and yang of balance is like, remember that Reach commercial where he did the flip top head? I mean, that's an old commercial. It's like a cartoon commercial. She's got a flip top head here. It opens up, and then there's the yin energy and the yang energy. And this is like the Vesuvian, the Vesuvian man kind of energy. And she's standing on top of the world, trying to balance her moon, trying to balance her emotions. But this yin and yang, again, inside the moon, past and present. Okay, near future, more of the red root energy. There's the full moon there. The Hierophant, the Five of Change. Even though you think you're in the dark, you're not, because Hierophant in this deck, the Guru, the Shaman, the Guide, has faces on all sides of her head. She can see everything. But we're claiming here, and the opportunity is to see everything. The near future you will, and the opportunity is to not have to kind of dance back and forth or pussyfoot around about something. Because the Hierophant, she ain't fucking around here. She's like, not only do I have the knowledge, that snake everywhere I go, that knowledge is wrapped around my wand, my walking stick. My knowledge walks with me. That's the first time I've ever said that about that card. My knowledge walks with me. That was new. The block, being in love with love or trying to resurrect something, that is just stone here. It's this pattern, and we don't know who we are without overworking ourselves to death here, trying to constantly resurrect something. Okay. What Spirit wants you to know, Two of Wands. So it's your choice here again with the red energies. This is her looking in the mirror of all the same. Every time she makes this old decision, it lacks color. White is lacking a lack of pigment, a lack of color. You can choose a different action. You can choose that new road, right? The road less traveled, and then you are the rose. The road is long. Okay, that's love lift us up. So what Spirit wants you to know is in this new choice, it's a much better option for you here. I mean, you can certainly still continue to choose what's lacking color, but then you also choose to keep carrying the burden of it. The outcome energy, there's a little bit of luck goes a long way here, because in this Seven of Pentacles, again, the flip top head, but there's an ever turning dream here that you have been tending to that is a little bit luckier than whatever this was, because she's got 4-leaf clovers on her outfit and on her throat chakra. Luck comes when you find your voice. You speak your wisdom and you reattach yourself to this ever-turning dream. Okay, the ever-turning dream to finally heal and be calm for the waters, your moon energy, your emotions to be calm, for you to feel peaceful. And again, this is the Black Panther, the 44 might be a sign for you to look for that peace is coming. There's doves in the background there. There's this balsamic moon, which is balsamic moon is always a time for healing. And we're healing this old dream, this ever-turning dream. It hasn't gone anywhere. The ever-turning dream for peace and for resolve. And then this lover's energy can come in. But in the heart of that outcome, this is whatever this business is over here, honey. Does she look happy to you? 2 ships. And 5 of Swords is my F around and find out card. So whatever we need to heal from is whatever you've been constantly pouring into that doesn't want to be poured into. Spirit doesn't want you to make that same choice. Look, all the white dresses, that would be continuing to make the same choice over and over again. And the reason I was picking up on that red as we start to move forward, pick the red one. It is not this old, I don't even know what that is for you, but it's not the old thing. Because the old thing is just trying to win. This is war of the words. This is very childish, stabby energy, someone being mean just because you don't want to be with them for that's not saying that's your situation, because how would I know? I would have no idea. But the Knight of Cups, whatever's been trying to kind of have life breathes back into it. For what? Just so you can be exhausted and need to heal again and be confused, be exhausted. And the heart of the reading is this needs to end. Whatever, I don't know what that is for you. Whatever burden you've been carrying on your shoulders that you have not, as of yet, maybe not ever, spoken about. Your ever-turning dream is not this. Five of Swords energy that could have started. This is maybe could have started or could have come to light at the beginning of Aquarius season. But there are definitely, there's a second option here, a second boat. Okay, because whatever you're trying to resurrect doesn't want to be resurrected. They're pissed, and they're only going to bring you more of a need to heal. And the reason this is here for you is so you can reclaim your power. That can be the lesson of those 2 souls agreed. I'm going to be this jerk to you so that you say no more, so that you step out of confusion, so that you end it, so that you don't have to carry the burden anymore, so that you learn to stand up for yourself and make this new choice, not the choice of these white dresses, or else you're going to keep getting what you've always got, and it doesn't get any better. It just is continuing to stay childish, okay? But there is a chance at healing here. You always known there was. March, that the 4-leaf clover thing, the luck comes in when you find this is the opportunity to find your voice, and very, very smart. You know what you're doing. And it feels like you're selling yourself short for whatever this business was here in the back. There was, what's that business in the front, party in the back? I don't know if a mullet has anything to do with anything. But this was in the back, there was no fucking party. Sassy! Hey, girl, hey. There was no party in the back. Whatever that was. Okay. Here's the Ace of Wands. This is a chance for you to new spark behind closed doors. Again, carrying this for a long fucking time, girl. And maybe never, ever spoke about what this was. It's your chance. This is how you stop this pattern. This is how no more. This is how your soul's going to grow here. And look at that. This has been a choice to continue to carry this burden. That means you can also choose to heal and choose not to when you use your voice. There's the healing. This exhaustion, because we kept trying to get meat out of something that was dry as the desert. You're trying to pick meat off a bone, that meat that didn't exist, off of just bones. Okay. And guess what opens up for you? Wish fulfillment comes when you complete the cycle. That's your soul elevation there, babe. Okay. Wow. Just and when the messages start to like come in over and over like that, no matter what way I'm looking at it, all up and down sideways. If I look at it past to present, I look at it diagonal. I look at how you can fall back into that pattern and not speaking about it. Right. It's all saying the same thing here, but it's finally time to stand up for yourself about something here, to call something out. You are worthy. Your voice sure is. And you know a lot more than whoever this is giving you credit for. Maybe even yourself is giving you credit for. Okay. A little bit of luck. Again, the ladybug. This is how shit turns around for you. Okay. Get out of the white dress that lacks color. You a red dress girl. I love you. Okay. 7 was your lucky number. Oh, all right. And now I said I'll roll while I'm doing Miss Meredith for her. So let me come back and see. I rolled an 8. So I gotta go back here backwards. I guess glasses are probably good. I hope that made sense, Meredith. I hope that helped you. I think that's maybe the first time I've ever read for you. So I hope that helped. Okay. Let's see. Did y'all roll? Or did y'all put in numbers? I don't see any numbers. I'll have to go back to the closest ones. Miss Sassy. Okay. Going backwards, the soonest numbers I see 7, 1, and 3. And that was from Kathy, Quickie, and Monique. So go ahead and roll again since I just told you I rolled an 8. And I'll clean up while you guys are type in those numbers. Type in the numbers. Okay. Hope that helps you, girl. Yeah, that's so funny with and even the ladybug is in red. Pick the red one. Okay. Thank you guys for double tapping that screen, for being here and supporting me. This is my way to give back to you. It's like I can fit in a couple more here. Okay, I see Quickie with 4, Peg 4, Sassy 4. Guys are liking that Emperor energy. It is not 4, 6, or 2. It's not 4, 6, or 2. Jennifer, how you doing, girl? Thanks for being here. So glad you're here for date night. So glad everybody's here for date night. Okay, 4, 6, 2. There we go. Quickie with the 5. I got double 5s there for Quickie and Sassy. Looks like those came in at exactly the same time. We're getting a lot of doubles tonight, huh? All right. For if you want to put your actual name in there. So otherwise, I will just focus on, I know it's not Quickie, but you will forever be Quickie since I don't know your name and I can't see that far. Okay. I just appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. All right. If you have just found me tonight, you have found the best freaking people. You have found the best freaking tribe. I am telling you, I have the best people in my as my collective, and I feel damn lucky to read for you guys every day, and I get to do what I love. So I appreciate you. Okay, good. You're like, that's fine. All right. I like it. It's cute. Quickie. Okay. Let's do it. Even better that you have a sense of humor. That way you know you belong. Because these guys, I'll let them tell you. I can get, well, Mostly only on lives. I get a little bit more unleashed. Okay. But I blame it on how fun everybody is here. I will what do you call that? Where you not skate. I'll put that on the others because their energy is just so fun and I can't help myself. All right, Quickie. Dang. All right, you're at a decision point here. As far as choice, and look at that. You saw that shuffling. This choice though, Quickie, feels like it feels very heavy. The opportunity is for King of Cups, Scorpio energy. Crescent moon, new beginning energy. All right. All right, karmic justice here with the backing up the lovers. Okay. Normally I have my notes posted by the time I go live, but I try to keep up with under posts on my homepage. You might want to check out today's notes to see if there's anything additional in there for you. This is about getting what is coming due to you. The lovers is a big deal energy. This is a Gemini power card, Libra power card, air trine. Four of Pentacles is going to be situation, doesn't have to involve a Capricorn at all, just the last decan of Capricorn. This could have came in right before Aquarius season started around the 20th of January, so the week before that or so. Let me see what's driving that Knight of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Driving the Four of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles. So in environmental energy, that'd be earth energy. So double earth about this situation. I don't know if it feels stagnant or stuck, weighed down, but the environmental energy, this is kind of the energy of the Fool, of taking a leap of faith. But the Knight of Pentacles and every deck I have, like most traditional decks, they're always on a horse, right? But it's the slowest moving knight, but he's also the only knight that's guaranteed to make the destination. They're loyal. So the weight of the world feels like it's on your shoulders about this choice, but this choice has come to you because it's something that the universe is trying to balance out for you. And I'm being drawn to this guy putting out the fires, tamping out the fires. Maybe there are fires that you've put out or that you've thwarted or pushed back on or helped others with. And this is like this new choice is the universe trying to gift you that you're just desserts for the work that you did. Karma trying to balance itself. It just kind of feels like that Four of Pentacles is stagnant energy. It's not moving. It's not that it's not moving, this opportunity for King of Cups. It's just that it's slow, especially because we've got the Victory card here driving this King of Cups opportunity. This is victory after a long battle, a long time of waiting, a long time of putting the work in, helping other people. And it's like, it's finally time for karma to come due, meaning it's finally your chance. Okay. Finally your chance. Let's see what's here in the past. 10 of Wands, you set down the burden. Oh, good. Heart of the reading, 9 of Cups. This is your chance. What to say? Damn. Okay. Near future, Queen of Pentacles. And there's the luck of Jupiter. This might come around here. I know this is Capricorn energy again, but Queen of Pentacles in the near future, especially with the King of Cups is the opportunity, you pouring into you being happy and having gratitude for what it is that you do have, even if you're carrying a lot here. Four of Pentacles can even be holding back on your own needs to help others, but you're finally in a place where you can set some of that down and focus on you, nurturing you. This is kind of like the mom energy. It's the queen of this, it's the senior of the high school, right? She's the top tier queen. And there's a little bit of luck. Now, Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion. It goes direct around mid-March. So that's when this could be coming in for you in this near future. This is a long time coming, whatever this has been, but it's because you're getting this choice in front of you because you've set down a burden of the past. You saw in the mirror what that had to teach you. It unlocked your happiness. Okay. The block is Ace of Pentacles. Anytime it's in the block position, that means that the energy is energetically here on the table. It's just been a long time coming. That Knight of Pentacles is the situation. The Pentacles coming, it's just not here yet. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles is a reward, a physical, tangible 3D reward for doing the work. Like I said up here, time, money, energy, resources. Okay. Being able to provide for others, talents, assets, a person, love, right? It is the red rose here. Now, okay, what Spirit wants you to know is whatever burden you've been carrying on your shoulders that has felt like the weight of the world, the universe is going to take care of it for you because you did the work of setting the burden down here. And it's like the universe just zippers open and it's like, here you are. Because you're focusing and grateful for, even during tower moments, you're like, well, at least I have my health, or at least I have my family. Yes, I carry a lot. Queen of Pentacles always does, but the opportunity is even around, didn't even have the tower card out, even if devastation surrounds you, being able to hold that gratitude during tower moments of life and carry that. It's your turn's coming up. Yeah. Knight of Wands. Here comes your passion, and see how he's dangling the rose. So Knight of Wands energy, that's when this is going to be flipped in the upright positions here. What are you dangling? Okay, information. What are you dangling? I did not mean even for that to sound dirty, but sometimes, my mouth on here, I get spicy things. Thank you. All right. And the outcome, this looks kind of hot to me. um, okay. Maybe it's like a rare, I don't know if you're a mom or a dad or even a parent, but maybe you don't, it's rare that you would get a night away. But like you're putting yourself out there. And then book ending. This is a celebration energy, 3 of Cups. I just said Jupiter is going direct in Cancer around, I can't remember the exact date, mid-March, I think. This is exactly where, this is the second decan of Cancer where Jupiter is sitting. So I was on to something there. The Knight of Wands can be there for a good time, not a long time, but for all I know, maybe you don't like, you're like, it's been a hot minute and I'm good with that. Okay, but this is like passion igniting. 3 of Cups can also be reunion energy, but it's definitely a celebration. This is something fun. And then in the heart of that outcome energy, Page of Swords. If you felt like you've been on an island of one here, toe in the line, standing on this little rock by yourself, this is observing and communication. This can be someone reaching out to you, this reunion energy, for a little bit of fun. Now, whatever that fun entails is your own damn business, but recent past, whatever burden you sat down allowed you to elevate your energy. Okay, so if the situation is, if you're still carrying this, Universe is going to get rid of it anyway, but by you focusing on your own heart's cup, your own happiness, focusing on your joy, here comes the money, the tangible results. And not only that, this elevation here, rising your vibrational frequency, because you set whatever this was down, you get to reach for this heart's cup. And there's a bluebird of happiness on this Ace of Cups here. Wow. Okay, message again in the center. See, I knew it was something fun, maybe naughty. I didn't want to say because I haven't read. You're new here. I don't want to scare you too much. But I mean, does she look upset to you? This is again Capricorn energy. This is the card of the devil, which is like great for work. It's our drive. This can be secrets or fear, but in this deck, it's Persephone getting snatched down unawares into passion, and she ain't mad at it. she, she ain't mad at it. And it's like, okay, that ends some kind of burden you've been carrying. If there's a tower that is yet to fall, or whatever tower has fallen, and you're like carrying the weight of it still, because the opportunity here is to still hold love, you're telling me you're already doing that. And because of that, even if it's not for a very long time, I mean, I'd still do it. You hear from someone younger, or someone, maybe it was when you're a freshman, hell, I don't know. And even though you're a senior and you're like, I know their energy doesn't match mine, but it'll be fun. I'm getting an ear squeezy. It'll get my energy up. It'll definitely make you happy. It'll unlock something. Maybe it's been a hot minute. Again, none of my business, but whatever that is, it looks like fun to me, and I'd be all for it. Okay. Quickie, does that even make any sense whatsoever? Okay, let's see. Let's get some advice for Quickie. I mean, coming in hot as the lover's energy. Whoo! I think I'd probably have a very hard, I mean, it's been a long while for me, but you don't want to hear that. Uh, that looks like a lot of damn fun, even if it is just for a little bit. I don't think I'd be able to say no to that. And I don't think you should either. All right, strength. You're like, oh, taking the strength to hold me back, that fire. Okay. Divinity, if you've been an angel up to this point or something, and it's like you have the opportunity to be the bad girl, be the bad guy, and have a hot night of beefy yumminess, then hey, I ain't gonna fault you for that. It looks like you having fun. So, and the whole key, guys, the whole key is that even amongst strife and bullshit, you found a way to still find gratitude, what you were thankful for. And that's what brought that in there for you. All right, I think we got sassy. And then I think I did get, hey, Melanie Ray, nice to meet you. Aw, you were called here. Oh, well, welcome. Everybody here is just freaking amazing. So you found the right spot if you need your heart to be held carefully and gently. And then there's me causing shenanigans. And Meredith, did I? No, I was like, please don't tell me I forgot you again. Was it Sassy that had the same 5 as Quickie? Yes. Okay. Sassy, you got it. You're next. Definitely, definitely check out, you can rewind, you can replay later. But the reading from tonight definitely was kind of a tie-in to last night's. I go by chakra colors, and whatever the numerology of the day is, I'm wearing, well, it's kind of a bricky, but it's still orange. It is Sacral Chakra Day. It is our second chakra, which is all about creativity, sex, because it's between our hip bones, our sacral chakra. And it can also, like we saw with that 9 of Wands energy, because that goes across our lower lumbar too, can feel a little back breaking. I don't know. What is that saying? Someone wants to break your back. I think the kids say that. I don't know. Maybe that's an old saying, and they probably don't even say that anymore because I don't know. I'm not down on the lingo anymore. Sexy talk. All right. Okay, Miss Sassy. Speaking of sassy, you be sassy, I'll be spicy. All right. Energy for sassy here. And keep in mind, guys, since you both chose the number 5, the 5 is the Hierophant energy, the guru, the shaman, the guide. It is the path of tradition. But since the sister card to the Hierophant is temperance, right? That is a long earned wisdom that has come from a long line of temperance of alchemy, turning wisdom into pain. That's how you got that 5 knowledge. Okay. Be willing to go through 5s of change. All right, sassy. Boy, that 4 of Pentacles, that was the block in the reading I was talking about for last night. Maybe that's why I'm talking about it now. Standing on a pentacle. For some reason, I'm noticing we're standing on one and we got our toe on the other. Okay. Situation also exhausted here, that's been on repeat, and the opportunity is to drop a pattern. Okay, so it's either you're on the press, whatever this weight is, it's because there's a pattern of repetition here. Okay, especially with the opportunity. Let's see what's fueling that so I can. Okay. A pattern in love. Okay, there's a chance here, Sassy, to break a pattern in love because the Page of Cups in this deck, if you can see how she's looking back at her past self, her past masks, she's sitting on her own our green heart chakra. That's our cup of love. And she's looking back at all the ways and all the experience she's had up to this point about filling her own heart's cup. And that's what's the pattern here. It's like you're coming to that aha moment of whatever burden you've been carrying or whatever idea you've been holding on to. There's a King of Cups here. I don't know if that's the cause of your 4 of Pentacles or this is kind of what you're hanging on to here, Scorpio energy. We're looking at our past patterns in love. Okay. And this is a situation where we've repeated a pattern. I don't know if it's been brought to your conscious yet or not. But with the 10 of Cups being here in this situation, this is a repetitive pattern concerning someone in your immediate circle that you care about. 10 of Cups is our family, our friends that are there for us if we picked up the phone and said, hey, I'm having a party, or hey, my kid's getting married, or hey, I'm getting married, whatever it is. These are people you would invite to like your graduation, your wedding, your events. They're important people in your life that support you. So this is a pattern on repeat here within this close circle of friends and family. All right. You're still toeing the line there, though, with that King of Cups. You're still, even though it's heavy, you're still managing to be diplomatic there and be fair and kind, but I feel like it's at your expense, Sassy. And the recent past, 3 of Pentacles, it was calmer. There were calmer times. There was a new beginning here with that crescent moon. Part of the reading is all about setting down this burden. We don't want the situation of the 9 of Wands. This is about not repeating the pattern, setting down the 10th wand so it can reset. 1 plus 0 is a 1, so it can reset to the Ace of Passion. And there's the King of Wands in the near future. Okay. Do we try to rekindle something there or restart or have a springboard of energy in the recent past with the 6 of Cups? That's someone in the past, from the past coming into the present to affect our future. But I feel like this is what this burden might be, because in this deck, the swan has sung its last song. This is only nostalgia for what was. It only ever got to a Three of Pentacles, meaning you can get to the trampoline part of it, the springboard of it. But if it just keeps leading you to, I mean, you're in from a Three of Pentacles to a Four of Pentacles, it's not very much progress. So if, for example, if you're dating someone and it's still at a Three of Pentacles after a year, let alone however many years, especially if you've known them for a really long time, that's no bueno. It should be way farther along than a fucking Three of Pentacles, that's for sure. Pardon my French. Okay. Heart of the reading, driving that 10th wand is there's your new start, leap of faith. This is what this is all about. Set it down. King of Wands and healing, King of Wands in your near future of I see it, I want it, it's mine. Taking action on your own heart healing then brings in this partner here. See the healing moon, the balsamic moon, and she's healing over this lover's energy that's kind of painted in the sky. Are you healing over a past love? All right, the block. Yeah. Okay. And the block is the Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords as the block, the reverse Three of Swords means we're hanging on to the pain of this, that it never got off the ground. It was maybe the first time you ever got to like see a different part of yourself, or you felt like they saw you. What Spirit wants you to know is after you drop this wand, this burden, and stop repeating this cycle with this past person, there's all four aces of potential. You can create whatever the fuck you want to create, because again, 10 of Wands converting into the ace, the one, I'm starting back at one. That's the magic wand. Okay. And King of Wands, passion. I'm starting back at one, but in the near future, you get to a king awfully quick. It doesn't feel like it'll take much. But that's 3 times here, right down the middle, encouraging you to start anew and let this old thing go. And outcome energy, King of Pentacles. So that can be money coming in. It can be defeating the pattern with the King of Pentacles. That can be husband energy, as we saw in my first reading. That's just for me personally as a reader. And the block, yeah, fighting against what was, that's the strength. We can use our strength, guys. It's eclipse energy. The broken heart is just fucking taken over. It's eclipsing your own heart. And it only ever got to a Three of Pentacles though. Then that can even be like, if it never was sprungboard and we're still carrying the weight of this, it never got farther than that. I'm just curious as to how long you've been carrying this around. Because to carry around something that only ever made it to a Three of Pentacles, then that means releasing the pattern of someone who just is not pulling their weight. And then with our strength in reverse, we can use the strength as much to push something away as to cling on to something. And remember that this boa constrictor, this knowledge here, it's her fighting against the knowledge, which is why the knowledge squeezes tighter and tighter and tighter and forcing her to be so uncomfortable that the pain of staying in this any longer becomes less or becomes more. The pain of staying becomes heavier than the pain of going, of setting down the burden. And the block here was that just wasn't painful enough yet. We've all been there. I've official card carry of liking to learn my lessons multiple times. over and over again. So that's not me finger wagging at you at all. I'm, like I said, official card carrier of doing all the work. And this some kind of partnership here that just broke your heart over and over again. But you're like, maybe this time. No, not maybe this time. And if this is this Three of Pentacles person, the near future that you're healing from, this King of Wands energy, that's somebody very good looking, again, patternized. And this way, like, this is not the double of having fun for a night. This is like, I have fun for a night, and then I hope that that turns into something long term. The King of Wands is pretty damn hard to resist. So I get it. But a King of Pentacles, someone reliable wants to come in. This is like, you know, this is like cuffed material. Someone wants to cuff you up, babe. But if we're holding on, we're not healing from the King of Wands energy. I mean, their shadow, why you would need to heal from that. It can be very, very fucking selfish. They only think of themselves. And there's a pattern here of you just toeing the line. Okay. You don't have to do this. You have an ever turning dream here. Spirit wants you to focus on, what did you used to want? You don't have to do that. Outcome with the King of Wands. Yeah, you're manifesting. We can't manifest from a place of pain. We have to manifest from a place of, if I'm not willing to sit down the burden, but instead I keep repeating it by just complaining about it. When we use our voice to say, I hate the way so-and-so does such and such, the universe goes, oh, okay, that's the karma coins you're putting in. We don't realize we're doing that shit. We're like, oh, I didn't mean to complain about that, because then the universe goes, coming right up. Focus on what you are grateful for. Let the lesson be done. Okay, I got to do something special for you here, because I want this. Not that everybody else isn't special, but what the fuck? Sassy. What is this? What are we setting down here? Or where'd my King of Pentacles go? Where'd he go? What is this lesson with this old person, or with this Three of Pentacles that just wouldn't go anywhere? The heartbreak that we just didn't want to. It was like, we have to let go of the dream of what we thought it was going to be. And a lot of times that doesn't even actually line up with what that person had to offer or was. So let me see. And look at that. The fives, double fives, breakthrough, processing karmic debris. This is a big ass lesson for you to let this go. To set this down, to not repeat this over and over again, to stop fighting against knowledge and the truth. Okay. And it's going to take rewiring our synapses here in our brain so that we start forming new neural pathways. Yeah, it feels like that. Okay. You're going to beat it. All right. Especially if you're here with all the support I'm telling you, I have the best collective there is. And I think I hit 600 today. So that's exciting. I hope that helped you, Sassy. You are breaking out of that eggshell. You're not going to be fighting against this knowledge anymore. Grieve what you thought it was going to be. Let that dream, that's what we're grieving, right? The dream of what we thought it could turn into. Been there too. But it weren't that. It was just a way for us to carry something that never felt good. Okay. Signer symbol for you. Yeah, you are. Healing. Okay, these guys, these come out in It's because everybody that it's here, it's the collective energy, right? So even though these are individual messages, there's something here for everyone, and you can kind of see a common thread in some of them, not exactly the same placements of cards, but you got it this time. Okay. You do. It's time. I don't know what this is for you, but it's not the fun kind of devil. This is pattern, like a soul growth pattern that we're meant to break. Okay. And when we do this from our reading earlier tonight, we go down that road less traveled. We grieve. We allow the siren song, the 21, we allow that ending, that successful completion to happen. And then that's our soul contract with our own selves and that other person. Some soul contracts, they're here to be complete fucking assholes to you. Just so you have something to fight against and break the pattern of. This can be familial too, right? Not feeling worthy of something healthy. This old thing, it sung its last song a while ago, and you've been paying the price for it ever since. It feels like ever since it started, if I'm going to be a little more blunt there. I don't see that it was ever equal. Okay. All right. I went over my time. Oh, shoot. 2:25. Well, whoops. That be happening every time to me because you guys know I get engrossed in my cards and I have no sense of time. So sorry about that. I promised we would only be here for a couple hours. But if you're still here, I appreciate you all the more. Thank you so, so much. And every Thursday, since I have a couple, hi, White Winged Dove, stop it. The third Stevie Nicks. Does anybody else sing this? Did you miss? Oh my gosh. Silver Springs, the callback song from the person that was her boyfriend or whatever, Lindsey Buckingham. The callback song was You Go Your Way, You Can Go Your Own Way. And then now White Winged Dove comes in. Love it. That's amazing. Sounds the song sounds like she's singing. And look, our music energies came out in the cards tonight. These little, oh, there he is. Okay, I'm backwards in that mirror. That camera. Wow. Welcome, welcome. But come back next Thursday. That's what I was getting to. Because every Thursday night we have subscriber date night. And this is my way to give back for all the love and support you show me. If you did get a free reading from me tonight, I hope you got something out of it. If not, just a laugh at me. I'm okay with that. But if you did, when I get off of this live, if you would go back in the comments and either bookmark your timing of your cards so that you can come back, or just let me know if it resonated, because it might be a timeline that's yet to appear. So I appreciate you all and so excited to be here. Much love from my heart to yours, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.